To hear a voice is one thing, but this isn't just a message, it's a prediction. It came true. The character John Glenn said this in the classic movie The Mothman Prophecies, which was based off of the book written about the strange happenings that began in November of 1966 and in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. As more and more people reported seeing it or speaking to it, the story went public, and it came to a crescendo in December of 1967 with the Silver Bridge disaster. Whether the Mothman is real or what he really is doesn't really matter. It's the fact that he is vital to the culture of Point Pleasant, West Virginia and the surrounding areas that is important. The story began on November 15th of 1966, when two married couples were driving in an area called TNT. It was an abandoned military bunker, but the locals still used it as a hangout. The two couples were reportedly in the area and spotted what was described as a 6 to 7 feet tall creature with red eyes in the breast area and with huge wings. They drove off terrified and reported it to the Mason County Sheriff's Office the same night. As time went on, there were more and more sightings more and more frequently. All reported seeing a huge dark-colored winged creature with glowing red eyes. Many people reported also being too frightened to get a closer look, preventing the collection of a detailed description. The term Mothman was coined by a press editor during the time the story was covered, and most of the stories don't actually describe something moth-like. The number and intensity of sightings increased, and there were also people who reported having premonitions and dreams, and also spotting UFOs during the time. It came to a climax during December 15th, 1967, with the Silver Bridge disaster. The Silver Bridge was one of the first suspension bridges ever built. It was based on an I-bar system, which is like the chain on a bicycle. It looked like the bridge fell like a deck of cards, said one witness who saw the bridge collapse. As the bridge went crumbling into the Ohio River, 46 people died. This had a drastic effect on the people of Point Pleasant, West Virginia and the surrounding area. Not only had they lost family members and friends, but they lost a vital trade route in their economy. Many people wondered if the Mothman had anything to do with this collapse, but it was soon discovered that one of the I-bars, the one that had broken, had a minute fracture in it that had formed during its molding. Many people are still asking questions about the Mothman, namely, what is he? Theories range from the normal to the paranormal to even the prehistoric. One theory says that the Mothman was actually an ancient pterosaur, which is a type of reptile that lived millennia ago. But because of the prehistoric nature of this and the fact that they're already extinct, this is highly, highly unlikely. The most probable theory that appeared was that it was a large bird, such as a California condor. Many California condors, actually all California condors live in California right now, and most of them are in captivity. And this theory is highly unlikely due to statistics that say in the 1930s all California condors were already in California. The most likely theory that appeared was that a large sandhill crane had gotten off its migratory track and ended up in Point Pleasant. Sandhill cranes have dark plumage, they have a wingspan of about 7 feet, they have a red forehead that surrounds their eyes, and they can also have red eyes, as described, as shown in this picture. While a sandhill crane would, sandhill cranes, due to their large size, are very, very conspicuous in their natural habitats. Because of this, they developed defensive procedures over the years and through evolution to protect themselves on land. If they perceive an attacker on land, they will spread their wings wide and stick out their beak towards the attacker. This sounds very familiar to what many people reported seeing: a large, dark-winged creature with red eyes seeming to be in the chest area. Many skeptics doubt the existence of the Mothman. They think that he was in fact a bird, and that a combination of overactive imaginations, drugs, and mass hysteria produced the sightings. But there are many people who do believe in the Mothman, and their belief is fueled by stories that they've heard from other people or what they actually saw, and also from stories of sightings from all over the world. There are stories that the Mothman was sighted before the Galveston hurricane of 1900, right before the Mexico City earthquake in 1985, and even in Chernobyl, Russia before the nuclear disaster. Whether the Mothman is really a half-moth, half-man humanoid that was bent on warning the people of Point Pleasant, West Virginia of the impending disaster, or if he was just a bird that had gotten off its migratory track. The Mothman is vital to the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It put Point Pleasant on the map and gave it a market to work with to boost their economy. On Saturday, I'm actually going to Point Pleasant, West Virginia to visit family. While there, I plan to explore this mystery even further, and who knows, I may even meet him.